Hi, this is Kurt with Axtreme-Guitar, and for this video tutorial I am working on the song One Thing Remains by Jesus Culture, so stay tuned. So I'm tuned to standard tuning E, A, D, G, B, E, and as you can see I put a capo on the 4th fret of the guitar. Now the basic chords throughout this is C add 9, which is your middle finger on the 3rd fret below this capo, 3rd fret of the A string, and then your pointer is on the 2nd fret of the D string, and I have my ring finger on the B string, which is the 2nd string from the bottom on the 3rd fret. I prefer to leave the bottom string open because I like the voicing of it. It can be a strumming situation, like something like that. I might change it up a bit and pick through the chord a little bit, doing something sort of like this. So this is a little technique that I developed where I'm going to brush my pick across the strings until the bottom string, the 1st string, that E string, and then I come back up with my pick to allow myself to catch those bottom 2 strings. So what again I'm doing is with the C add 9, I'm not hitting that top E string, so I'm putting my middle finger close enough that it makes contact. I'm not fretting it, I'm just touching it a little bit, and so I'm coming all the way down and letting my pick rest on the E string, not hit it. I'm just coming down to it, and sometimes I'll use a finger to mute it just as a added protection that I don't hit the string if I don't want to. Now it's not a big deal if you do hit the open E string on the bottom. I'm just showing you exactly what I was doing to make this sound a little different from just straight strumming. Either will be fine, but if you're interested in trying this out, I strum it down to the E string and then come back up and then move to a G chord, and I'm doing the same exact thing to kind of keep a consistency with the sound. So I'm leaving the bottom E string open. I'm not sticking my pinky down for the G. I'm to keep that consistent open E sound until I get to the D. So that would sound like this. Now you could strum the full D that way, or you could continue with the 2 strings up, but it might sound good either way. So it's your choice, and you have just continues that way throughout the verse. And then when we get to the chorus part where he's saying, "Your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me." So in the chorus, I'm kind of doing more of a strumming pattern here. So it's like and I chose to add my pinky in for that G. So it's E minor, C add 9, and you can either add the pinky or leave it open, and then switch to the G, to a D. So my strumming pattern that I'm using is a down, up, down. So now, this bridge section here, this is the part where they're saying, in death, in life, I'm confident, covered by. So it's most of the same chords, just one additional chord, the A minor 7, which is like an A minor, if you know that one. You have your A minor, and you remove your ring finger. So we have in death, in life. So the strumming pattern that I'm using in there is kind of heavy on the downstrokes. So a lot of them is a down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. You can change it up if you want to and just stay on the beat, and it could just simply be with the C add 9, with or without the pinky again. So that's just a faster strumming, but it's a down, up, down kind of a strumming, and that will work. Or you could change it up a little bit from there and try something a little bit slower, maybe. So I just removed all of the up strums. So it's a very straightforward song that you can play with. If you want to add that lead part, that is so it is part of the C, G, and D chords that's happening. So with this one here, this is from the C add 9. I would just add my middle finger to make it the full C add 9. So that, and so I'm just hitting these 3 strings, but it's part of the G. Just so happens that I don't need any of my other fingers on there except for my ring finger. So C add 9, G, D. That one's more recognizable because you have most of the D configuration here. And then they added this as part of their transition before starting it over again. This note here is used sometimes with a D chord. And normally it would be an F sharp, but because we're using the capo, we're not actually at those notes, but we're using this shape of a D chord. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and as usual, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.